board's request to recover funds expended in Burns versus the Louisiana licensing from board attorney's malpractice insurance. So
Okay.
you.
Correct, this is fine.
Okay, you're gonna make a motion?
I'm gonna make a motion with the clarification that the board will understand what's surrounding this. Because it's clearly, as for those who were in the meeting, that this was not posted prior to the meeting, that this would be a closed meeting. And it was also clear that the public was not allowed to attend the meeting, nor to be in the conference room, nor to participate. And when asked, and I asked the question in the meeting, who proposed this and who authorized it? And Mr. Kelmer said this attorney consulted the attorney for Mr. Griggs and for Mr. Burns as to the statute. Mr. Griggs vehemently opposed having to leave the room, and he was given permission that he could stay in. Mr. Burns had to go to the door. And so I felt that this was not the burden of the board to have to deal with this situation, because the board was not the one who decided. I am. That's why I'm going through the lengthy explanation to the motion.
Have you made a motion?
Well, that's what we're
Is
doing
there a motion on the floor?
Yes, sir, that's what we're doing now.
Okay, go
Oh, we
ahead.
are?
And did we agree to, well, I thought we'd already agreed to pay those funds.
Well,
No, that's
But because you haven't quite made your motion, that's
Well,
what.
that's what I'm
Okay, but
doing.
let me explain. I know you said I cut you off. He's trying, that's why I want you to make it so people can understand. The motion is, I'm assuming that Freddie wants to make is to sue Anna's malpractice insurance.
That's correct.
Is that what your motion is, Freddie?
well, no, that's what you stated.
Okay.
My
I'm
motion
reading it.
is to
I'm reading it.
pursue, not sue.
Okay, pursue Anna's malpractice insurance.
To recover the funds that the board had to expend out in costs for Ms. Dow's advisor to Chairman Coleman, stating that the meeting was closed to the public.
Do you have that motion? I mean, it's on here.
Okay.
Everybody understand
And
the
so
motion?
everybody's clear on what is being proposed.
On the motion.
For what purpose is this information to you?
Excuse me?
What purpose is this information to you? It doesn't sound to me like it's germane to the auctioneer business.
It's the auctioneer's business because it came from the auctioneer's funds. And we have the fiduciary right to govern the policies and procedures that takes place in this office. And so it was at the advisor of council that this particular meeting was closed. When I asked Mr. Chairman,
He never asked me about it, Freddie.
who closed the meeting to the public?
This
It
meeting was
wasn't,
closed?
it wasn't closed, it was just like this. The question was whether people had to be inside the room or not. He never asked me.
So he just acted upon himself.
Yes.
Okay, so.
So when I
And we
asked-
settled the suit.
Correct. And I asked you in the meeting, as well as the chairman, was this a violation?
It wasn't.
Okay, so I have a
It wasn't a
motion.
violation?
It's still open.
Okay.
So why are we selling with Mr. Barnes?
Okay,
if it wasn't?
let's get your second and we'll go on from there. I have a motion from Freddie to pursue Anna's malpractice insurance. Do I have a second? No second, motion failed. Okay, Freddie, if you would
Okay.
like to make a comment?
Yes, I would state that the board, in failing to pursue this reimbursement, may very well have looked into some type of violation for malfeasance in office or complaint regarding board members failing to pursue recovery of this.
Well, may I say something else?
Please.
Point of privilege.
Please.
Number one, never advised the chairman to do what he did. He did that on his own. Number two, we discussed the settlement and why we settled, at an earlier meeting. And you were here, I believe. Three, you have made statements today before this board which I consider to be false and non-supportive. And that's why I'm asking the board to obtain third-party counsel to make determination if you've given false testimony to the board, whether that means that you can retain your auction license and stay on the board, since your board position is reliant on your ability to actually have a license.
Okay, this doesn't have anything to do with auction.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it says testimony, if you look at 3121, it says
I read
testimony before the board.
3121.
That's what she
Okay.
read to you at the
Well,
beginning.
correct, and this doesn't have anything to do with auction, but I'll state the factual, and then this is what I'll state, what transpired in that meeting. I asked the question, it's on record, and Mr. Griggs and all those who are in here can test what
No,
transpired.
that's fine.
So if the board wants to pursue that, I have no problem.
But you made a false statement because it's not on the record.
What's not on the record?
You never, whatever you think he said, it was not about what you're talking about. I know Mr. Burns prepared that for you, and I know what
Okay.
you're reading from.
Okay.
All I'm
okay.
telling you is, and we're giving you a
Okay.
warning, Freddie, because
Listen,
you were a good member of this board, you
I
were
am
an
still a good
officer,
member of this
and
board.
I don't know why all of a sudden that you've decided to take on these requests.
Look, let me state this. I took a test, I went to school,
Mm-hmm,
and I took the test and went to school, I passed the test.
mm-hmm.
I've not been one on this board to controversy anything. I asked for clarification, I questioned things that are undecided and things that are unclear. I've seen the proponents of what the board has done in certain proceedings that I disagree with. I never vocal insulted anyone on this board, but I myself have been insulted on numerous occasions by board members and former board members. So when it comes down to that, let me just state this, whatever action the board decides to take, I'm very much aware of it, and I stand with the truth and honesty. There's no personal vendetta or Mr. Phillips against anyone on this board. And if any of the board members feel that way, I apologize for that, but I don't do this to slander anyone. And that's not why I'm here. But I do have an obligation